Hello, and welcome to the Here with Joe podcast for Monday, October 23rd, 2023. I am here. You are Joe. Let's get into it. How we doing? I'm sorry if this sounds a little hot and a little poppy. I forgot my microphone, so I'm speaking straight into the Zoom. And I don't have the little fluffy thing that goes on the Zoom when I do that. So I can tell it's just sounds a little hot. Sounds a little crisp. I can't get too close to it or else it'll just it kind of starts to sound like this is ASMR. And then we lose levels there. I can't talk above a whisper or else you'll get an erection. And isn't that what ASMR is all about? Isn't it really just kind of like a fetish thing that they it's kind of weird because they do it, they say they do it for kids, but when you watch it you're like, why are you being so fucking sexual with your fucking fingernails and shit? What are you doing? And why do you have your cleavage out? What the fuck is this? What am I watching? Are people fucking jerking off to your fucking ASMR videos? What the fuck? This feels like a fetish video. There's a lot of videos online that seem to be like fetish videos, but they also seem like they're camouflaged as just weird, like those cooking videos where they make they're cooking shit that doesn't even make sense. They're doing a hot dog, deep fried hot dog casserole, and they're doing things purposely wrong. But they're doing it while they're talking like this and moving their hands all slow and sexually. It's people are fucking jerking off at this, aren't they? I hope you didn't jerk off to any of that. Anyway, how you doing? How are you? We're back. I hate how this sounds. Every time I breathe, it just gets worse. Apologies. We're out here though. We're doing it. How you been? How was your week? I'm still recovering. We just finished up week 3 post-op. Still can't sit for longer than 30 minutes, so this is going to be, I'm going to fucking rush through this. I got to be good. Last week I wasn't so good. The podcast was 30 minutes, but I had already been in the car for a little bit. I got to be good. All right? Last thing I want is to fucking waste the goddamn surgery, have to do it again. And then if they have to go in again, they're going to have to fucking fuse the disc together, and then I'm just going to be an old man the rest of my life. All right? At that point, I'm not going to be able to move like a young man. I know I'm 36. I know I'm not a young man, but I'm pretty young, relatively. Plan to live to be 100. I think 100 will be pretty normal by the time I'm 100. I'd like to be able to move around. I'd like to be able to use my fucking foot that isn't working yet. Not going to overreact yet. We're going to just keep doing the recovery and see if it comes back. And if it doesn't, I'm going to sue the fucking pants off of the Cedars-Sinai ER department. All right? They should have rushed me into surgery. We're not going to get into that. Hey, not going to talk about it. But if you know any tort lawyers, send them my way, is all I'm saying. So can't sit longer than 30 minutes. Still can't lift any. For the next, I got another, let's see, from week 3, so first 2 weeks was nothing. Couldn't do anything. And then week 3 through week 6. So I got another 2 weeks of, just daily walking, meditating, keep moving my foot, trying to do little calf raises, trying to feel where it's numb, with your hands. I guess apparently you gotta fucking do what Beatrix and Kill Bill did, where you talk to yourself, talk to your foot, be like, you want to move your right toe, It's all just waking up the nerves. So we're going to do that, and then we're going to do PT for 6 weeks after that. And then at the end of that, if it ain't back, I'm telling you, I'm going to go Aaron Brockovich on that shit. Hey, those cooking videos, by the way, they really are. We got people walking right by me. It is truly, I'll never get over it. I'll never get over the humiliation of someone walking by seeing me do a podcast in my car. It is the lowest form of art. This isn't art. Anyway, what was I saying? Those videos. They really are, like, they're fetishy. They're fetishy. When people are cooking, like, shit on, like, TikTok and shit, but they're doing everything wrong, but just wrong enough to where you keep watching it. I'm not jerking off these videos, don't worry. But I'm saying, like, you keep watching it, and they, like, and they're doing their hands weird. Like, they fucking, like, mush their hands into the ingredients in the wrong way. I don't know, man. And how slow they're doing everything. It feels like, I don't know. Like, I stopped being surprised about what turns people on. I'm a product of the internet. All right, I've been online my entire, like, you know, we got the internet when I was in the 4th grade, and we got it way before anyone else. I'm 36. Like, most people, no one had the internet. I was the only person I knew with the internet until I was, like, in the 8th grade. So I was on it in the early years where you just saw, if you were on there, everything was on there. Everything, you know? Chat rooms were it was a nightmare. It was crazy. I think the first porn I ever saw was in a chat room. Someone just fucking threw it out to the whole chat room. It was just like donkey porn. All right? 5th grade. You know? So I stopped being, you know, I think our generation, people my age, will be like, people above us will be the last one, or a little older than us will be the last ones to, like, have any, like shock when it comes to what turns people on, or the depravity that's out there. People my age and younger were just like, we've seen it, everything, it's all there. All right? Every nightmare you could possibly think of is someone else's Pamela Anderson, okay? That's just what gets them going. So, or also every boring thing you could possibly think of. Someone out there is jerking off to glass bottles. 100%. 100%. I just thought of that because I looked at a glass bottle, but I looked at, and I know it was just the first thing I saw, but I guarantee you there's someone out there that's like, they're like, the curves of the bottles gets me. You know? I wish a woman had those exact curves. Guarantee. Isn't that why the Coca-Cola bottle is shaped the way it is? Someone's jerking off to a Coca-Cola bottle. That's all I'm saying. I was trying to do, not fetishy ones, but I was trying to do cooking videos for a little while. I love it. I love fucking cooking, and I love doing the videos. It was just such a fucking pain in the ass to do the videos. Like, my kitchen is just too small for it. So there was no way to, like, angle a camera and still have space to actually, like, do the work. And then I was, like, starting to strap a camera on me, but then it didn't look good. Nothing ever looked good. And I didn't want to do it if it didn't look good. But if I could get, like, a cooking space to do it, 100% I would do it. Love it. Big fan. Big fan of cooking videos, too. At this point, that's pretty much how I'll go look at recipe books. I'll go look at cookbooks because I like them. I do enjoy, you know, again, if I had more room in my kitchen, I might buy them just, like, to collect them. I enjoy a good cookbook. I like cookbooks that go into the history of why that's, like, I don't like cookbooks that are just like, hey, I'm the former Dallas Cowboys quarterback, and this is the shit I cook. I don't like that shit. This is what my family always cooked, and I'm going to cook that. That's not what I like. I like, give me Thailand, you know? Give me Thailand and their food, and then tell me why did this food become prominent there? Why did these, give me the reason why those ingredients, you know, is this native to there? Give me the reasons why, like, I love Filipino food. I love that Filipino food is, like, you get into it, and like so much of it, you're like, why is there so much ketchup and why is there so much like spam and shit? But then you realize like a lot of their food and a lot of the Pacific Island food are very heavily influenced by army, like military, U.S. military guys that were there, and they always had spam on them and canned meats and shit like that. I love history of food, and I like to learn how to cook authentic foods that way. It's interesting to me. I got a lot of shit for saying Palestinian food over Italian food. For one, it was just a joke. People were taking it a little too seriously. Some people were. A lot of people understood it was a joke. But also, Palestinian food is better than Italian food. It's not that, and I love Italian food. Big fan. I cook it most of the time. But I cook it most of the time because Italian food really is the starter food for home cooking, you know. It's usually the first thing people learn because it's the easiest. It's the easiest, but that's also a compliment, all right? Don't take that as disrespect, Italians. That's a compliment. It's a very simple food that's easy to cook and very basic, simple ingredients, basic, simple flavors. Nothing too complex like Palestinian food. And when I say Palestinian food, I mean like Palestinian, Jordanian, Syrian, Lebanese, the Levant. All right, that's the food I'm talking about. I don't say Arabic food because that gets into Saudis, the Gulf states, Iraq. They have very different foods from us. All right, very different. So I don't like to say Arabic food. I say Palestinian food. You know. And if you say Mediterranean food, people throw in Greece and Italy. And I think that gives them a little too much credit. All right? That's all I'm saying. Because Italian food, it's just a little, it's not overrated. It's fine how it is. It's great. Basic. Strong, basic, and I love basic food. I say give me something done, give me a basic food done perfectly over a complicated food, complex food done imperfectly. So that's where don't take this as insults, Italians. I'm giving you a compliment here. Very basic food. I just think when done perfectly, the way I do it, Palestinian food, just complex. You taste the history in it. All the food, makhluba, malfouf, mjadra. They all start with because it's so good. All right, you can taste the history in it. When you eat mjadra, I mean it's super simple. This is the most basic simple: rice, lentils, onions, olive oil. That's all it is, but you eat it, and it's like, Jesus ate this, okay? This food's been around as long as agriculture's been around, all right? God, malfouf, fucking cabbage rolls. You roll it up like a bunch of fucking doobies. You got all these old tatas rolling this shit up like doobies, you know, all day while their husbands are playing tala. Come on. The smell of allspice and onions in a house is perfection, okay? So yeah, Palestinian food over Italian food. But I love Italian food. I will say what is overrated, 100%, Italian restaurants. Italian restaurants, at least in the United States. Obviously, when we went to Italy, everything we ate was perfection. Italian restaurants in America, insanely over. The most overrated, second most overrated restaurant genre in America. First, I think, would be steakhouses. Because those are both things. Steak and Italian food. You're going to at that point, you're going to the restaurant just for the ambiance. All right, a steakhouse always has this like super fancy feel, and you're paying a shit ton for a steak, but it's not the best cut of steak. You're paying $80 for a prime cut, Why don't you spend $80 to get the fucking best Wagyu at the local butcher shop and cook it yourself? Because a steak is literally the easiest thing in the world to make. That's it. That's all you got to do. Little butter, it's salt and pepper. If it's a good cut of steak, you don't even need any garlic or any other shit. Salt and pepper. You're overthinking it. And then Italian restaurants, way overrated. And you're paying for the ambiance, because at the end of the day, pasta, sauce. And I'm not talking about a jar of sauce. Make your own sauce. It's the easiest thing. Learn how to emulsify stuff. Once you figure out what emulsification is, you can cook any sauce you want. I think a lot of America's like, we went from we loved the stories of like the old West bandits, way back in the day, but then once like the 20th century hit, we got really into, the mob. We like the stories of the bad guys in the mob. And I think a lot of times people just want to go to an Italian restaurant so they can cosplay as a racketeer, cosplay as a loan shark. You're walking in, when you hear your family, you're not. I know that's Olive Garden, but you know what I'm saying. Italian restaurants make it seem like we're all like having this thing, but it's just a restaurant, man. Give me a good dish. You're giving me spaghetti and meatballs. I can do that at home. It's nothing special. I'm just bitter because there's one Palestinian restaurant out here, Jerusalem Chicken, and they're an hour away. They are good though. Anyway, what else is going on? We're already halfway through. I gotta be good. I can't sit for longer than 30 minutes. All right, I gotta be, because I did last time and I was sore, and then I was just nervous for a day. It ruins my day. I got that post-op depression. I got it. Plus, they got me on these nerve pills that like kind of fuck with your mood too. And I don't like it. All right. My eyes are leaking over everything. Every time my kid goes for a drive by herself, or I realize she's a senior and she's only got a half a year left, I start tearing up. Yeah, that's a bad thing, you fucking idiot. What's wrong with you? Yeah, let's blame that on the pills, you fucking moron. I hate how this sounds. Can't breathe without it sounding like I'm going through a wind tunnel. We got a Culture Court coming up. If you're in Los Angeles, Culture Court on Thursday. Your boy's going to be actually defending. This is a show that I produce with my friends. We kind of help write the whole show and get, it's Culture Court. We put ideas in pop culture or in our culture, comedy culture, everything on trial. And this week I'm going to be actually doing a case. And I'm going to be defending... Okay, so I guess it's woman... Originally it was Safe Man versus Fuck Boys. Don't like that title. And then it became Women Lovers versus Womanizers, which is the same thing, basically. So I'm going to be defending love, basically. All right? And, yeah, I don't understand these people that are like, you're just settling down. Oh, we're men. We shouldn't be like this. We gotta be out on the prowl. We weren't meant to be like this. We figured out love, but we've been writing songs about this shit for thousands. We've been writing songs about love before we were writing songs about anything else. Literally, the first wars were fought over it. We figured this out before we figured out seeds for agriculture. We figured this out before anything. I think it went fire, then love, then seeds. Okay? This is us. Okay? This is the real thing you're supposed to do. Grow up. All right? You're in your 30s. You're almost 40 years old. Okay? Yeah, obviously fuck around. Fuck around before you settle down. Obviously. Get a taste of the rainbow. Figure out what you like. Figure out what you need to work on. But at some point, fucking get with it, bruh. You know? And then once you do, what are you doing? You fucking around on her? What are you doing? Who do you think you are? All right? Let me tell you something. My wife just wiped my ass the other day. Okay? I had to go have emergency surgery, and they needed me clean. I hadn't taken a shower because it was emergency surgery, but they needed to, they were like, hey, can you give him a sponge bath? She had to wipe inside the crack of my asshole. Okay? Is your fucking side bitch going to do that? I'll tell you what, your first bitch ain't going to do it because you're with your side bitch. All right? Figure it out. Embrace the cuddle. All right? Anyway, that's what I'm going to be talking about, a lot of that stuff. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. All right? Love fucking rips. Don't listen to any of these if you're on the fence about like settling down and getting married, love fucking rips. All right? Don't listen to any of these fucking lonely losers trying to bring you down. And you know what? This goes for you too, ladies. All right, you're saying you want to settle down, and you keep fucking these idiots with neck tattoos. All right? You need to grow up, too. Oh, but I can't find a good guy. You're fucking look for them, all right? And also, this whole internet idea of needing to check off all the boxes, guess what? Those boxes are going to change. All right? You're going to change. They're going to change. Grow together. Okay? Fucking help him fill the box that you want filled, and you got some empty boxes too, ladies. All right, grow up. Life isn't a perfect check mark. Life isn't a fucking cosmopolitan. Which fucking office character am I? All right. We're all fucked up, and we all got to figure it out. And it's nice, I'm telling you from experience, it's nice to figure yourself out with someone else who's also figuring themselves out. And you get to help them along, and they help you along. All right? You're not perfect, and you ain't going to find someone perfect. All right. We'll get into it on Thursday. Come out on Thursday, Culture Court, the Belly Room, world-famous comedy store, 8 o'clock. It's going to be a good time, all right? I'll be going into a lot of it. Anyway, it's Halloween. Halloween's coming up. Take it easy with your costume. Think before you commit to a costume. Look at the risk to reward of, how funny it is. How risky are you dressing up as, are you changing the color of your skin even a little bit? Are you changing the ethnicity of yourself even a little bit? Is it worth it? Look, I'm a stand-up comedian, all right? I love pushing boundaries for a laugh, But for one thing, that's usually in a comedy club. That's usually in a confined space that we all agree, hey, we're going to push boundaries here. I'm not walking into my boss's house to push boundaries, Not walking into my boss's house dressed up as Barack Obama. So, risk to reward. Figure that out. Are you using another culture as a costume? Maybe not, If you're dressing up as a celebrity, is the celebrity retarded? Let's not. Are there any? I know you're not supposed to use the R word, and I keep doing it, but. And you know what? In this instance, I shouldn't use it because I'm actually talking about mentally challenged. So that's on me. That was my bad. Are there any mentally challenged celebrities right now that you wouldn't want to dress up as? There aren't. And that's on you, Hollywood. Physically challenged? How far can you go with that? Should you really dress up as, I was gonna say Peter Dinklage, but that's not physically challenged. You're just born a small person. That's not a disability. And I don't think little people, not small, I don't think little people, I think that's like a fight, is that, like, because they say, like, you know, I guess if you catch it early enough, you can kind of give little kids HGH to make them, like, grow up. That might be dwarfism more than little peopleism, but I've heard little people say that's fucked up. Like, we aren't fucking disabled, dude. We get along just fine. I get it. Yeah, don't be fucking... I don't think you should as a circumcised guy, I don't know if you should be fucking with babies' bodies, you know? I get the argument against circumcision. It makes total sense. But at the same time, I am glad I'm circumcised. I've watched enough uncircumcised porn to know that seems like a hassle, you know? That seems like just an extra thing I gotta, you know, clean. But if I had a boy, would I circumcise? Yeah, probably. I don't know. But I get why you shouldn't. But I don't feel... I don't know if I've ever met anyone who is circumcised that wishes they weren't. I bet there are, though. I bet there's people that had botched circumcisions. Circumcise. Yeah. I don't know. It's a tough one. Glad I'm not having any kids. Any more kids. I don't have to worry about it. Look, listen. We fucking powered through this one, and we only got 3 minutes left. And I gotta be honest with you, knowing that I have to be done in 30 minutes, I kind of like it better. Just a quick 30 minutes, but also feel like I have to rush a little bit. I got no shows on the books other than the Comedy Store this Thursday. Belly Room, 8 o'clock for Culture Court. I know I'm able to go out. I know I'm able to drive and shit, but I just don't have the fucking, I'm like cooped up in the house. I still feel, I get like, I've gone out a couple times and as soon as I'm out, I'm ready to be home. It's like you don't realize how sore you are when you're at home and you're just kind of like doing the same thing. But then as soon as you go out and you start moving around, you just like, the incision point hurts. I'm just like fucking crickety, which just makes me crotchety. I just don't feel like I'm being a good hang, so I'm just like, I'm going to head out, you know? So I need to get back on stage. So, but I just haven't hit up anyone for shows, so I should do that this week. That's what we're going to do. That's pretty much it. Got Halloween coming up, but I think we'll be talking one more time before Halloween, so... That's the podcast, folks. I know there wasn't much to talk about, but look, listen, another thing, it's like 1,500 new people following on Instagram, quite a few new people subscribers for this podcast right now. Thank you so much for jumping in and joining the fun. You know, all the heads here. I know that's a stupid nickname, but I wouldn't mind that one sticking. It sounds good. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for sharing that. I mean, it's basically been that one video, but it has been making the rounds. Good on you. The more you share, the more likely I can come to your town and do a show. Sign up for that email list. All this shit. I know I say it every week, but I got to remind it every week because there's new people every week now. All that shit helps so much. Following, sharing, and, signing up for that email list. Again, I'm never going to email you unless I'm in your town. And I'm not going to share your email. That does nothing for me. So I just need it so that, I can convince Bookers in, Paducah, Kansas, or Iowa. Where's Paducah? Whatever. To let me come. Let's party. That's all we want to do, right? It's 30 minutes and 15 seconds. I'm leaving. Goodbye. Love ya.